모든 확률과 예측을 깰 반전의 드라마는 계속된다. 역대 최고의 기적을 완성할 드림팀 드라이브 인!
Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSTL. I'm Tasteless with me as Artosis, and we are here at the finals. What a journey we have had, and we are about to see who is going to become the championship team. Right now, we're looking at the Team Prime.
That we are, Tasteless. They are huge underdogs from this season. No one thought they'd get it this far. Their team has never done that well. But they have been just kicking ass, Tasteless.
They're doing it so well. I personally never thought I'd see these guys in this position here in the tournament. But you know what? Props to them. They have done such a good job. They've worked so hard. We don't know if they'll be in another finals again, but they got to do their best right now. Everything is on the line. Winning a team finals out here is such a huge deal for all these guys. These guys live together. They train together. They share their strategies with each other. They support each other through losses and cheer each other to victory. Now let's take a look at the opposing team, MVP. Another team we didn't expect to see down here. A very unusual finals, almost like a Bizarro world.
Yeah.
Compared to what we would expect to see here. And here they are moving out now.
Coming out like runway models, Tasteless, right through those flames.
Looking even better. It's like Danger runway models.
Yeah, it is.
They're much better at video games.
Another team no one expected to get this far. They've been slandered left and right with people saying that they would, in fact, only have one player that mattered, DRG, but that was not the case, Tasteless.
Yeah, I mean, this team, I know a season or two ago we would have said, I don't even know if they're qualified. Whoops, we got a butt shot there, the coach. I don't even know if we would have actually expected to see this team in the GSL Team League about a season ago. I would have said,
yeah.
I don't know. They're good, but are they good enough to compete with the best other teams in the world?
There you go,
and
man.
I guess so. I guess they're going to have to beat them all. The first team to achieve 5 wins will be the championship team. Basically, a player from each team comes out. It's a survival game. That player has to eliminate the opposing player and just keep trying to eliminate players until that player is eliminated. Once he's eliminated, the team has to select the next player to come out. Sometimes you want players who have endurance. Sometimes you want players who can snipe certain races or snipe certain play styles. A lot of strategy going on in the game and outside the game as well.
Very true, Tasteless. Well, which team will take it?
I don't actually know.
It's a hard one. I think, it's so hard for me because Marine King Prime is on a tear recently. You know, he like 4-1 DRG in the Tournament of Legends, Arena of Legends.
Arena of Legends, yes.
I'm like,
what's that thing called?
I mean, he's killing, but you know, you gotta look at the way that Prime has been putting out players, and I think it's not as good as the way MVP puts out players. If you look at TSL against Prime, JYP killed 3 Zergs in a row. After the second Zerg, you really put out a third Zerg? They did. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like the teams are pretty balanced with Prime a little bit ahead as far as skill overall goes.
I would agree.
But I feel like the coach skill goes more to the MVP coach.
Well, MVP definitely, they know who to select and who to bring out first, in second and third and so on, based off, who they're playing. A team, for instance, IM, we generally say they're the team with the best players. Well, they're not good at Team League. I'm sorry. They're not actually selecting the right players in the right order, and that's what's so important.
This is a huge part of how teams get far. You know, if you don't have a really good method. By the way, it's packed in here.
Yeah, it is so bad. Actually, our side of the set almost got knocked over by somebody who's here in the studio right now. So it is actually so incredibly packed in here. I think
this might be the most it's ever been packed.
I know it's not really. You can't really capture it here in this. I can see what you guys see on the screen here, and this doesn't quite actually capture it. Hopefully, we'll get a shot of this because it's actually so full in here that our lobby is now packed.
And it's standing room only, man. There's so many people in here just standing watching. There are people with their elbows bumping into the elbows of the pyrotechnics guy, man, I think there might be a disaster
Yeah,
today.
I'm a little bit afraid of that. I was just looking at that as well. I kind of want to put a caution tape around that part of the set. But look, this is really exciting. Of course, the world is watching as well. We always get a lot of hits for our finals here. And I know you guys,
And you know what?
wherever you are,
I have a feeling that this is going to break the terrible finals curse.
I think so.
I think we're gonna have a great
generally,
finals.
Any finals which Artosis and I cast, they tend to be pretty one-sided. I don't know why that is, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
So this may be a different case here. Team finals tend to be always epic, always good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like so afraid of our
That's
set
just
being
gonna
knocked
hit
out.
you
Yeah,
today.
this is just
Just-
actually going to be going
just
like this
accept
the
it.
entire time. It's
Just
going to be like an
accept it.
earthquake right now.
Yeah.
But look, it's really exciting. Cheers to all you guys, whether you're at home alone, wrapped up in a blanket, watching the games,
It's
or
one of
maybe
the best
you're in
ways
a
to do
bar doing some bar craft, or maybe you're just with a few friends, whether you're watching live or a VOD, this is going to be pretty epic.
That's very true, Tasteless.
Also, I want to, let's take a look at the prize pool first here.
Oh, wow. The prizes are actually a lot bigger than I
Yeah,
thought.
considerably bigger than what we're used to seeing at events for the Go MTD Team League. This is a lot of money. Best coach award, that's pretty good.
Look
Don't
at that. The grand final MVP. The MVP of today, the player that basically gets the most kills or carries his team the most, normally the winning team, will get an MVP pure gold card.
It's pretty good.
That's going to be sick, man. Like DRG, if he all kills the other team, you watch. He's going to get that card. Hold it up. Next time you see him, front row of golden teeth,
Oh,
man.
yeah, of course. That's what you got to do.
Absolutely. Sickest grills.
As you can see, sickest nerd grills. As you guys can see here now, this is the history of these teams as they've managed to get all the way to the finals.
And look at that. They both, it was like so close for both, man. Prime did just slightly better during the regular league. Look at MVPs, though. 4-3, 4-3, 4-3 loss. 4-1 win over Prime. And then against TSO, they got 4-0'd and still made it. Like, that was so close. And then a 5-4 win over IM. You kidding me, Tasteless?
Well, it's pretty insane. As you can see, they really had to claw their way out of the groups. But once they got out of the groups, they said, wait a minute. We're actually this far. I think we can do this. They trained hard. They really put a lot of thought in who's going to go out. And that takes a lot of work for an entire team to do. You know, some players, they always want to be put out. Some players don't. They get nervous. So you really got to work together. And as you can see here, Marine King on the left, probably their ace player. Dongregu on the right. Marine King, known for his base trading techniques in Terran versus Terran, is a very unique style, as well as generally getting to the finals but not winning.
Yeah.
DRG is sort of a new school Zerg,
Yeah.
who is just revolutionary.
He's a complete powerhouse.
Yeah.
And I know everyone's waiting to see, will we see DRG against Marine King? I think so. I think
think there's a
DRG is going to be
chance.
saved to snipe Marine King. So
that
MVP's
could be-
going to want to open up a nice lead and make Marine King come out so they can use DRG. That's my thought. I think both of them will probably be last in their rosters because this is it, man. This is for all the bananas. This is all, for all 30 million of those won.
It's a lot of money. That's roughly $30,000 for you guys
Yeah,
at home.
The quick switch over.
For those of you who are more familiar with the U.S. currency.
Yeah.
It's a different time than we normally cast our toes.
It is. It's a lot
I-
earlier in the day.
I'm so used to trying to be on the ball starting at 6:10 p.m. And actually, it's kind of a nice change here, I got to say.
It's
Gonna wake up
certainly
early.
different.
Certainly a different feeling. It is. Guys, I can't emphasize how many people are in this room. If there is a fire in the studio, everybody's going to die.
Not me, Tasteless.
You get out of here.
I always have a flame retardant suit hidden
These
under
are flame
the.
retardant blazers we have on
Yeah.
right now. Well, let's take a look at the Team Prime.
All right. Here's their lineup of players: Creator, Classic, Marine King, Hongan, Check, Boong Boong, Bumblebee, Anyang, Hannibal, and Nettie.
Now, Creator is really changing the makeup of the way that we look at Prime. Because Creator is actually so scary
He's
right
the youngest
now.
pro gamer, by the way.
Yeah, and he is just untouchable.
He is
a
damn
beast.
nice, man. He is a good,
We are
good Protoss
copying his
player.
builds like crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been using that a lot lately. You know, they have quite an interesting lineup. I'm really interested to see will they use Hannibal today.
And here's MVP's team: Monster, Noble S, Genius, Tails, Don Gregu, Keen, Dream, and Guinea Pig.
That is a much smaller lineup.
Yep, much tighter group there.
Which 5 will they use? I would say 100% we'll see Genius, Don Gregu,
Tails.
Keen.
Tails.
I would say those 3 100%. Probably Tails, and then probably
Noble
Guinea
S?
Pig and Noblesse. I don't think we're going to see Dream or Monster, to be honest. But, I mean, anything
you never
could
know.
happen.
Yeah, it's tough to say. As you can see, not a lot of Zergs on there, but that's sort of made up by the fact that Don Gregu is on the team. And their Terrans and Protoss is just pretty solid.
Look
Prime
at that
coach,
slick vest, man.
Damn, he is looking sharp, man. Looks like he's right out of GQ.
He looks like he's from, like, what's the name of that show that is in Korea, Boys Over Flowers or something? He looks like he's from that, man.
He's looking damn good.
He looks like
MVP
Ashton Kutcher today, man.
He does. He's looking Ashton Kutcher-esque. Have you seen Ashton Kutcher's like Twitter profile?
What is it?
It's like so.
What's
so
it say?
bad.
What's it say?
You'd have to read it, but it's like so corny that it's actually funny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. As you can see, guys, it is very full in here. Our studio fairly tiny, so
They actually can't get on camera how full it is in here.
they cannot. No.
Look, you just got to accept that
No,
you're
it's
going to be
scary.
hit
Like,
by
every few
that.
seconds, this thing just like swings towards
I
me.
know.
As
You're not gonna be able to
one of these nerds
concentrate
bumps into
today.
it. I'll try my best. So, by the way, we will be leaving Korea soon
On the 12th.
on the 12th to go to MLG.
And then over to BlizzCon. It's
Yes.
going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys tune in for both those. We will be casting Tuesday, the Nestea MVP match. Can't wait for that. It's going to be sick.
It's going to be pretty excellent. I'm really excited to do that. So we're going to be on tour for a little bit here. So please come see us live at those events.
On tour. We're
on
like a
tour.
band.
That's like the best way I can describe it. It's not like I'm on a business trip. It's I'm on tour.
That's a sick band name, the Archon.
The Archon.
Yeah.
That's how we do it, man. All right, look at this. They got Czech coming out first. I'm not really shocked by this decision. Czech
No,
is
it's,
probably the player that we thought of it in Prime for the longest time, and he has a
Yeah.
pink keyboard.
That's an awesome
That is
keyboard.
a straight
Seriously.
up pink keyboard.
Dude, I love keyboards like that. The one with all the different colored keys, all the pastel colored keys, though, that one's my favorite.
I got to one up and get a Hello Kitty keyboard.
Dude, I saw a Winnie the Pooh keyboard.
Oh,
it was
dude.
sick. It was like 4 times bigger than normal keyboard. It was like the size of a Razer keyboard. That's how big it was.
Are you serious?
Like you could jump out of a plane with it and glide to Earth fine. You could bring it out of the ocean and catch a wave. It was huge, man.
And now we're going to take a look at who MVP will bring out first.
Here he is.
Vampire. Bleh.
Well, I'm really surprised they're using this guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's only got
0 and 1. I
we
actually
actually
just
don't know much
don't know
about
who
this
this
guy.
is.
And obviously, that's
I do know one thing about Vampire. He wants to suck your blood.
Want to suck your blood. Bleh. Vampire.
Zerg blood,
will
though,
he
is sometimes purple.
Yeah. Will he get this nerd's blood?
I don't know.
Now with vampires, because I'm embarrassed to say this on air, but I'm gonna have to do it. If you get bit by a vampire, do you too turn into a vampire, or is that only a certain
If you
vampire
live.
mythology?
Well, it matters which mythology, yeah.
Because
some of
it's
them, they have to give you some of their blood, like in True Blood or whatever.
Now we know.
Yeah.
So in this case,
It's not my fault I have
for
a
this,
girlfriend. She made me watch it.
So in this case, this means the Czech, if he's bit by the vampire, would die, not turn into a vampire.
Well, it matters. How bad is the bite? It matters the mythology, too. Normally, if you get bitten, you're going to be a vampire as long as you live.
Vampires are immortal, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't sound that bad at all. Get that
No,
guy
I
out
would
of the
be a
booth over here.
vampire.
I want to be bit.
Oh, absolutely, man. There's whole sects of people that want to be vampires, man.
I know,
They
man.
play Vampire the Masquerade and stuff. I've seen these people. Some of them went to my high school, man.
Oh, the game is now loading.
They're
So
the
let's-
vampire goths.
Vampire nerds, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get ready for Czech against Vampire here at the GSL Team League here in Seoul, Korea.
This is so epic music.
This is like so epic music. All right, game number 1. Prime against MVP here. In the upper left starting location, we have our Zerg player that's been here since Season 1.
체크 프라임 윈.
Almost didn't get that out. He has been a very well-established player. A lot of cheers in the audience right now for Czech going into this game. Oh, look at that. There's a little Zerg in a race car.
Wow.
Mario Kart. Mario's like back there somewhere. You already threw a
Abaning
banana
outran
peel?
in the MVP Hellion.
I guess so. And now, to the bottom right starting location, we have our Protoss player. He is immortal.
MVP 뱀파이어.
Now,
Tasteless.
some vampires turn into bats, but others can't, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Normally, nowadays, they don't turn into bats, they just all fly. That's the recent vampire mythology. But Tasteless, I think Czech is in trouble here. Have you ever seen a vampire at the beach? This
my
guy is
God.
not just any vampire, he's a daywalker.
That's true, man.
They're the most powerful
this is
types.
Belshire Beach.
Has his
I know there were
sunscreen
some
on.
vampires that, like, they could, if they wore sunglasses, they could go outside or something. I'm like, well, that's stupid.
No.
No, I'm not even joking. I'm
Well,
actually
I don't know
serious.
what vampire clique you're subscribed to. Actually, the Twilight vampires, they can go outside when it's sunny. It's just they sparkle. They get covered with body glitter. It's like they're at a
3 or 4 months ago, some girl told me that I look like Edward from Twilight, whoever that is, and I was like,
well,
watch
you do,
Twilight?
but you're much handsomer.
Oh, don't stop.
Your eyebrows aren't like grossly disproportionate to the rest of your face. Just a
I don't know
little
what the
bit
guy looks like.
disproportionate.
My response was just like, you watch Twilight?
You just
You just activated my check card. Oh, he's like, I actually got to hold the sign over that?
Oh wow, that's incredibly rude.
Where's the respect? What is the world coming to?
I don't know, Tasteless. All right, so we do have a very quick expansion by Czech. Probably take a third base as well, as he hasn't gotten a gas yet. And he's playing against a Forge expansion. Very smart move. We do have Vampire's Probe skirting around the map, trying to hide.
It's always important to hide that first probe.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Somewhere good. And
See,
look at
we
that.
can
See, he's
barely
actually
see
going to go behind the tree there. See, from the top-down angle, you might not even see that unless you saw the flip on the minimap.
Dude, StarCraft maps are so beautiful in StarCraft 2.
Oh, I know. Blizzard
They're
did a really
actually
good job
just
with
so
that.
beautiful. Instead of going on vacations nowadays, I just load up Belshire Beach and like scroll around it.
Just put your sandals on and
I made my own one where the enemy is just a single supply depot in a corner, and I just like make one marine. I just walk around the map and look at the trees and sit in the dirt and Then I try to get my girlfriend to get on and give her a marine as well, and I pretend it's a girl marine, and then we'd go and play in the water together.
oh, that's how you do it, man. That is romantic. Zerg's going to double expand now.
Very smart move, very standard as well. He's going to get a sick economy off of that.
And Zerg now getting his extractor here. Cybernetics core now on the way.
Excuse me.
And it's going to be a little bit of a passive game here, just for the time being. There's a lot of different things Protoss can do in a situation like this.
Yep.
So, you know, looks like he's going to get all 4 gases now.
All 4, yeah. That's interesting. So we aren't going to see, well, we don't really know what we're going to see, but it's not going to be one of these Zealot Stalker mass attacks.
Yeah, 6, 7 gates.
It definitely could be like a 7-gate. Those are really strong right now. Whether it's going to be the Blink Stalker one or the Robo one or just a massive 7-gate that's a little bit quicker, we do not know. Could also be something freaky like Sage's build.
Yeah, it could be. I wouldn't mind seeing Robo Bay, maybe some Warp Prisms
Oh, absolutely.
sent out.
Warp
Becoming
Prisms
more
are
popular
the cool.
on the Korean server. Uh-oh. Looks like we have Zergling Speed now on the way. Artos, did you ever play Castlevania?
Of course.
Did you play Symphony of the Night with Alucard?
No.
Oh, that's the best one.
Really?
That's hands down the best one.
Sorry.
Okay, we got a Stargate coming here. Oh, 2 Stargates.
2 Stargates. All right.
Ah, very
now it gets interesting. Notice he put them in different places, so if one is discovered, then you might think it's just one Stargate.
Yeah, you'd have no idea that there's double the number of Stargate units coming at you.
There are overlords everywhere, though, man. He can definitely scout at least one of them. And if you think it's one Stargate, you prepare completely different than if it's two. So,
Yeah.
just got to watch out about that.
Check just continuing to drone up right now. Warp gate research almost complete.
I'm pretty excited, actually, to see what he does. Is this going to be Mass Phoenix, Mass Void Ray,
I don't know.
a couple Void Rays, and then Phoenix?
We got one Void Ray on the way.
Two, in fact.
2 Void Rays on the way. 2 is a considerable difference from 1 when it comes to Void Rays.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially if they both get charged up. Is he
Yeah.
going to see it? Is he going to see it? Is he going to see it? He saw that at the last second. He spotted that Stargate. Now, he doesn't know about the other Stargate, correct, Ratosis?
That is
Okay,
correct,
he does not
Asus.
know. All right.
And, again, that's going to completely change how he handles this. And he's getting air weapons.
All right, so he's
Ooh.
committing
And
to
notice, he has not opened his warp gate. He has not yet opened his warp gate. If a Zergling were to come up here and see that, he's going to think, oh, that's the warp gate upgrade that's going on the core. Not
Oh,
plus one
my
air
God.
weapons.
Yeah,
'cause
that's a...
if
You
you
are so
see-
smart sometimes, Artosis.
Well, Vampire's so smart because if you see that plus one is coming for air, then you're like, okay, and you put up 1,000 spores, make 1,000 queens, you get 1,000 festers.
Oh, that's so smart.
Of course, that's going to be 4,000 supply, but
All right, here he comes now.
and he's showing off his 2, already a spore and a couple queens.
And the fact that those two got there at that exact moment means that there's no longer an element of surprise with how many Stargates are on the way. Or rather, how many are out. All right, we see the Void Rays now moving to the left side of the map. It doesn't look to me like these are going to do that much damage. There's just too many queens everywhere. Nice transfusion there on the queen.
Oh, he doesn't want to lose too much hit points on
Not
that.
an iota of damage dealt here with the Void Rays. Other than that Zergling that we just saw
All right.
killed, the Overlord's still alive and well.
Tasteless. I know exactly what's happening here. This
What?
is, I gotta kind of give some credit to Kiwi Kaki. He has actually made a strategy much like this. He's actually getting Void Rays number 5 and 6 right now, I believe it is. Yes, 5 and 6. And his plus one air weapons and plus one weapons are going to finish, and he's also going to have 7 gates here. So he's basically going to have a 7-gate army and 6 Void Rays. And the thing about this is 6 Void Rays with a 7-gate army is so unfathomably strong.
I
Hold
like
on,
this
I'm looking
build.
around. Okay, I guarantee you that if he controls this correctly, he will kill check. I guarantee
Yeah.
it. This is actually going to be
Oh
insane.
my God,
That
that's
is so
so
many
many
queens! I don't
It's like
guarantee
a
anything anymore. Oh
That's
my
like a record
God!
number of queens.
I actually didn't see that many. This is insane. That is 10 queens, and
That's
he
a lot
has so
of
many transfusions.
Yeah.
But, with proper force fielding, with this could be pretty crazy, Tasteless. Oh my God, I can't even believe what we're seeing here. This is so smart by Czech to have this many.
Oh, nice. He's going to bring some Zealots here into the main, and then attack up into this location.
Very smart move here. Will these queens be able to get into position? He's going to have to use force fields perfectly.
I don't know if he's used those force fields perfectly enough yet. Continuing to back up here, but none of the force fields are actually denying as enough of the units here.
Oh my God, this is so many queens, Tasteless. Check. Looking like the days of old. Absolutely beautiful play. Just so many units. Beautiful creep spread as well. The Void Ray is just going to go for the main base.
But Vampire now is taking out, the Roach Ward and everything that's in there. And although, Czech has a lot of creep out, it's not going to allow him to get there quick enough.
And he continues to warp in more and more Zealots, Tasteless.
He needs to get rid of, I bet he really wished he connected the creep tumors to his main.
Yeah, he
here.
always wanted to do that. And now it's just going to be a lot of Zealots fighting Zerglings, and now he can go in the other way with these Void Rays if he wants.
This is one of those strategies where if it doesn't win, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, he's going to be in trouble if this doesn't win, Tasteless,
Yeah.
that's for sure. He is starting to make some Phoenixes and send them up. That's, I don't know.
I don't know if he has enough force fields left over.
It looks like Czech is just, oh my God, look at how many queens he has, man. Just constant transfusions. Beautiful play by Czech. I'm so
He needs to get rid
charmed.
of these pylons. down here. He really needs to get rid of these pylons.
Yeah, that's quite true.
Because that's where the rush is going to have a hiccup in the reinforcements.
You know, the lack of creep right here on the edge probably should lay a tumor, maybe 2. You know, he does want to have those transfusions ready. That's one of the reasons why he's doing so well. And it looks like, actually, we're going to see a third base from Vampire. I can't believe.
And double robo.
Double robo all the way, man.
Double robo all the way. This is
beautiful little counterattack by Czech.
Yep.
You know, we got to give him such credit. He sees 2 Void Rays, and then he makes 10 Queens.
Yeah, he's
that
clearly
right there.
This before.
He really knows what's going on, man. I did not expect that at all. And that's like exactly how you do it. But most people are not ready for 6 Void Rays and 7 gates. Czech is. Beautiful play. Wow.
Czech also taking a 4th base, so both these guys have managed to kind of transition out of this, which is a bit shocking. I think there's been somewhat of a delay in the creep tumor reinforcements here. He sort of stopped focusing on that.
A lot of Hydras are being made right now, Tasteless. And Hydra Queen, Roach, Zergling. That's an interesting combination of units. And that's, of course, why he went double robo here. He's making Immortals. Where is his Robotics Bay, though? He's actually not getting one. He's just going Immortals. I don't know how well that's going to work against us, but nice force field right now by Vampire. He's going to have to be very careful of these Hydras that are
Concave
incoming.
here from Czech is pretty sick, actually. And he is really starting to make an advance on his opponent. The Immortals are out. They're kind of stuck in the back.
Vampire with too many units here, Tasteless. I'm not sure. You know, these Queens are going to be a problem, though. They all have almost full energy, and that's a lot of transfusion.
Remember, you can't really retreat with Hydras off creep. As you can see here, they're very slow. So Czech does have to commit to some degree here with these units in the middle of the map.
More and more Stalkers being warped in. The Immortals not being all that useful. More and more Zerglings coming down for Czech.
No force fields. I don't think he even has the energy to make any force fields.
Looks
and
like
that
Czech
actually might be the end of Vampire here.
Yeah, it looks
Probably
like it is.
gone for quicker Colossus instead of 2 Immortals.
Look at Czech just attacking across the map like a boss with all his Queens.
I know.
This is so funny. It's like a slow motion.
It's like a slowed down Matrix action scene. All right, he's got rid of that last Void Ray. And it looks like this expansion is somewhat exposed. But as you can see, the Hydras and Queens are so unbelievably slow off the creep. By the way, Czech has not increased his creep on the map at all. It looks like he's actually going to turn around now. He's saying, well, wait a minute.
Saying, well, I'm going to go back home, macro up maybe a little bit, get a huge clump of units, and come right back. Well, he actually didn't have a Roach Horn. He's just remaking it now. Czech going to go up to 68 drones in a minute here, but as of right now, they're both about 60 on workers. Third base is up and running.
You know, I'm sort of surprised to see he keeps making Immortals, considering it's just Ling Hydra that's been coming out of this entire time. That's what the Colossus is good against.
That he really does need to switch over to Colossus. If he had gone straight Colossus, who knows what would have happened there. I think it wouldn't have quite been out in time, and he might have possibly died, because those did help out against Roaches for a bit. Anyways, this is kind of peculiar. It's trying to hit like a little poke right now, is Vampire. Those Hydras way too scary for him to actually attack into.
As you can see, off the creep, the Burrows can retreat pretty easily.
Some very good force fields, keeping a lot of the Hydras back.
And, you know, it's just Stalker against Hydra right now.
Yeah, some Stalkers from the bottom, too, as well,
just got a shot of that over there. And I don't know. I think actually Czech should be turning around right now.
Well, you can't really turn around with this army. It's the slowest
I
army.
guess that's true. What am I saying?
It's the grandma army, Tasteless. It's a bunch of slow grandmas trying to attack. And look at this. The Immortals now owning up some Queens. And the supply, 108 to 147. He's got to be careful, though. He keeps walking up forward.
I think he has some anxiety about the gold base here. A nice counterattack here. Let's see if he turns around. He may have to give up this base. And
he may lose that Nexus. He's got to be really careful about this. And in fact, he is going to lose the Nexus Aces, but this Patrick will go down. Unfortunately, Czech does have a bunch of other bases. And
yeah,
Vampire
just
it's
not a healthy trade here.
Well, Vampire at this point, I think, realizes, you know what, I'm falling further and further behind. I've got to go do something, but there's going to be too much on this creep Tasteless. He does not have the force fields required.
He's entering the lion's den right now.
That is right.
With going into check space like this. And frankly, it's just not, it's not enough, you know?
And
so, that should actually be GG,
That should be GG, Tasteless.
Zerg's on too many bases. Protoss is going to mine out his natural pretty soon. It shouldn't be hard for Zerg to deny Protoss the opportunity to ever take a third base again.
Yeah, that just will not happen. 86 supply left. I mean, the upgrades are in Czech's favor at this point. Everything is really. And just, I can't believe he held that first attack. That was so beautiful. And GG, Czech takes game number 1, giving Prime the early lead. Very well done, man. Seriously, 10 queens. Zergs take note.
Yeah,
This is how you beat Kiwi Kaki on the ladder.
Man, Prime is off to a good start right now. What is this? What did you just do?
Giving out a gift. So, hey, this is for you.
All right, so MVP, I don't think they're going to be too discouraged right at the start of this.
No, it's just the first game. It was actually a very interesting game. I'm not sure how many times he did that strategy in practice and had 10 queens waiting. He hit it.
Yeah, no, I think it's exactly
reasonably well.
I'm sure when he came out with the Void Rays and then saw 10 queens, you know, he was just like, oh, okay, like, nobody does that at home on my team. Like,
no, I didn't expect to see that as the counter.
Totally
but it was beautiful, man.
Well, it makes sense.
Oh, it does. It does. That's a great way to go about it.
You know,
many transfuses, it's like, well, these queens just are never going to die. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no way. And then, you know, I do like the pylon where he warped in the zealots into the main.
Yeah, that was.
That's
very
when
nice.
I saw that happen. I'm like, well, he might not kill this army in the middle, but he's going to take out the tech structures and everything.
He
like
certainly
that.
made it close for a little bit.
Yeah,
but you know, what are you going to do? He did not have any of that higher techno splash damage, and he did go down. Poor Vampire. Got to be sad about that. Who do you think, Tasteless? Who's coming out?
I don't know, actually. I want to say Tails. I don't know, because I don't think they're going to use Tails late. I don't think
they'll use Tails late. I think you're right. I think we may see...
What?
Oh, Noblesse.
Noblesse.
I was going to say Keen, but all right, Noblesse. Good choice as well. I think that TVZ is exactly what you want to take out Czech. He's such a roachy guy, or he has been in the past at least, that you know, he sometimes has a hard time, stylistically speaking, against Terran.
Yeah, he's, I think this is a good pick. I'm not actually surprised at all by Noblesse. I honestly just said Tails because I just want to see Tails play.
Well, I think
enjoyed
you
his play
probably will today. I think there's a good chance.
All right. Now, here's the problem: is if Noblesse loses, that's when MVP is going to start feeling the heat. Now, when you got to win 5 games, losing your first one, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not. I mean, it sets a nice tempo. It gets the team really pumped. But this is the game that's going to matter for MVP. Do they go 1-1 or do they start off 0-2?
And if you lose this game, this is where you really start to ask yourself, am I making a mistake?
Yeah.
Look at that trophy, Artosis. Imagine eating ice cream out of that thing. That's a lot of ice cream, Artosis.
Oh, absolutely it is. Imagine putting on your head as a helmet.
Oh, yeah, that would be...
It'd be a crazy-looking helmet.
It'd be a funny-looking helmet. You could turn upside down. You could cut little holes in there. You could be like a knight.
Imagine buying like 5-6 cartons of eggs, cracking them all into there, and then stirring it up.
Ooh.
Make the biggest omelet ever, Tasteless. You just put that right in the microwave.
In your trophy-shaped microwave? It's it's like taller than it is wide.
Nesty has one of those.
Of course he does, man. Well, Nesty, he's pretty good at winning trophies, man.
He is. Wouldn't be too surprised if he came in and took the trophy at the end and no one complained.
He like swings on a rope and grabs
it.
This is still not an accurate way to capture how many people are actually here in the studio. Look out, you're on camera.
Yeah, this actually, it's much more intense than what they're showing you. There's actually no way. There isn't a camera that can see all this.
No,
not even a panoramic one.
No.
There are beings from other dimensions that are blinking in and out of reality to watch this right now in the studio.
I was talking to Wolf yesterday, and he was talking about how he wants to have an ability that's called Wink, where you only have your stalkers blink in and out. It's like not related, but it's really funny.
You know, if stalkers had two eyes, man, it would be so imbalanced. They're like blinking and sniping, blink right out.
Oh, yeah. If they like wink like that, then wink like that. Oh, man. 2 blink cooldowns? Are you crazy? Oh.
Well,
What do you think we're going to see from Noble S here? Do you expect to see, like, standard play? Or do you
well,
see...
Noble S is someone who has like so many strategies, but TVZ is kind of standard right now, and we're actually going to be seeing it on Crossfire. So I think we'll probably see a Reactor to Hellion opening into expansion. We'll see though. Here comes an
오늘
interview with the
그랜드
Prime
파이널
head coach.
결국 그 어느 때보다 긴장이 된 것 같은데요. 양 팀 감독은 더하겠죠. 우선 오늘 이번 시즌 가장 극적인 드라마의 주인공 프라임 B팀의 박외식 감독 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 감독님 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
네, 1세트 정말 기분 좋게
This is the
가져갔습니다.
Prime coach?
네, 그 사전 인터뷰에서 이영준 선수죠. 이기면 올킬 가능할 수도 있다. 뭐 이런 말씀을 한 걸 봤어요. 오늘 올킬 볼 수 있는 건가요?
네, 이영주 선수가 저희 팀 내에서 거의 가장 잘하는 저그 유저 중에 한 명이고요. 근데 방송에서 최근에 좀 좋지 않은 모습 보였는데 배틀넷이나 연습 경기 때는 정말 거의 팀 내 저그 탑이거든요. 그렇기
네.
때문에 오늘 첫 경기도
Checks
승리하고
the best Zerg they have.
만약에 지금 두 번째 최도준 선수가 나왔는데 최도준
He knows that
선수만
he has been doing so well on TV lately.
아, 네. 기대가 정말 됩니다. 자, 그리고 한 가지 궁금한 점이 이정훈 선수 덕분에 GSL 결승에는 많이 가봤지만 또 GSTL 그랜드 파이널 이 무대는 처음이시잖아요. 느낌이 어떠신가요?
저희 팀 선수 이정훈 선수나 예전에 최동훈 선수 때 결승전은 많이 했었는데 그러니까 팀 리그는 이렇게 결승 무대가 오늘 처음이라 저희 팀 저뿐만 아니라 모든 선수들이 정말 지금 매우 들떠있고 긴장하고 있는 상태입니다.
네, 지금 상대편 MVP 팀과는 비공식 경기를 포함해서 3번을 만났는데 3번 모두
He was able to
졌어요.
get in the
상대
leagues of
전적에서
GSTL.
두번 불리한데
Basically
오늘
due to
경기
ranking
어떤 준비를 하셨나요?
and Bolt.
지금 저희
He's never been in the
팀은
grand finals,
지금
but
첫
he has
경기 이영준
upset.
선수가 승리를 했지만 이정훈 선수, 그리고 장현우 선수, 그리고 문학선 선수, 그리고 최종익 선수, 그리고 지금 그 송병 선수까지
네.
지금 엄청 기세가 많이 올라 있어요. 특히 이정훈 선수는 지금까지 뿜었던 역대 가장 지금 컨디션이나 게임력, 그런 게임 모든 면에서 지금 가장 뛰어나거든요. 그렇기 때문에 이번에는 예전처럼 그렇게 쉽지 않게 저희가 절대로 지지 않을 것 같고요. 이번에 꼭 승리하도록 하겠습니다.
네, 이 좋은 기세를 끝까지 이어갈 수 있을지 지켜보도록 하겠고요. 마지막으로 우리 MVP
They
팀의
lost
최윤석
team MVP
감독님에게
in
한
the
말씀
regular
해주시죠.
rounds. The players have improved a lot.
저희도 정말 열심히 노력해서
They don't think it's going to be easy to beat them, but they think they can do it.
팀 역시 열심히 준비했을 거라 믿습니다. 그렇기 때문에 오늘 정말 좋은 경기, 어느 팀이 승리를 하든지 지는 팀도 후회 없는
The
경기가 나올
team
것
MVP
같고
prepared well for
오늘
this
꼭
match,
하지만 저희 팀이 승리를 하도록
and
하겠습니다.
they hope to show
네,
good
멋진
matches today.
경기 또 기대하도록 하겠습니다. 고맙습니다. 자, 이번엔 2회 연속 그랜드 파이널 진출에 빛나는 MVP 팀 더가웃으로 이동해 보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 최윤석
Now
감독님
interview the
안녕하세요.
MVP coach.
네, 1세트 아쉽게 내줬습니다. 하지만 아직 갈 길이 멀잖아요. 그죠? 근데 우리 감독님을 보면 이렇게 조금은 불리한 상황에서 항상 여유롭게 이렇게 웃고 계신단 말이에요. 그것도 하나의 전략인가요?
그렇죠. 생각을 하고 한 전략은 아니고
네네.
자, 일단 선수들을 믿기에 마지막까지 끝날 때까지는 어디가 이길지 모르기 때문에 한 세트 졌다고 해서 진 건 아니니까
He trusts his players.
믿습니다.
네,
So he's
MVP
calm even
팀은
though they're
이번
down one
시즌
game.
개막전을 승리를 하면서 시작을
네.
했단 말이에요. 그때 또 이번에는
There's a far way to
결승까지
go
또
to
올라갈
get
수
to
있겠다 이런 감이 오셨는지 좀 궁금합니다.
솔직히 말해서는
네.
그렇게까지는 몰랐고요. 일단 1차 목표는 플레이오프 진출이었는데 플레이오프를 진출하고 나니까 그때부터 욕심은 생기더라고요.
알겠습니다. 이번 경기 또 끝까지 지켜보도록
The first goal
하겠고요.
is just
자,
be in the
프라임
playoffs.
팀과는 상대 전적에서 조금 앞서 있어요. 하지만
But now their
프라임
goal is to
팀은
win the
그간의
grand
뭐 상대
finals.
전적 이런 거 다 무시하고 여기까지 온 팀이란 말이에요. 프라임 팀 경기에 있어서 어떤 점이 가장 어려울 것이라고 예상하는지 궁금합니다.
기존 인터뷰에서 밝혔다시피 프라임에서 나오는 두 번째 저그 선수를 잡는 타이밍이 아마 오늘 경기 전반에 걸쳐서 가장 중요한 키포인트라고 생각을 합니다.
네.
그 두 번째 저그 선수를 잡는 타이밍에 저희가 스코어가 앞서 있는
The most important thing today
따라서 전략이
Just
조금은
to beat
수정될
the
것 같습니다.
second
네,
Zerg.
알겠습니다. 자, 이번
on-
시즌
coming up,
그
Team Prime.
우승 트로피가
After
정말
check.
탐나실 것 같은데 마지막으로 박효식 감독에게 한마디 해주시죠.
우선 e스포츠도 프로 스포츠인 만큼 팬분들을 위한 경기를 해야 되는 게 당연하다고 생각을 합니다.
네네.
오늘 아까 말씀하셨다시피 어느 팀이 이기든지 간에 좋은 경기 했으면 좋겠고요.
He knows
그
esports is
주인공이
another sport for the fans, so he wants to show great matches.
네, 알겠습니다. 정말 멋진 경기 기대하도록 하겠습니다.
네,
고맙습니다.
감사합니다.
네. 자, 저는 지금까지 그랜드 파이널 양팀 감독을 만나봤습니다. GSL 결승 전통적으로 정말 흥미진진한 경기들이 속출했는데요. 이번 시즌 오늘 경기 기대 많이 해주시기 바랍니다. 저는 잠시 후에 뵙도록 하겠습니다.
Well,
And we're back.
before we go any further, shout out to the Barcraft in Sydney. Here it's packed.
Oh, somebody tweeted you?
They did.
Add us on Twitter. I'm Call Me Tasteless. He is Artosis. And also, I would like to take a moment. We had a fan show up to the studio today
Yeah, man.
and give me Doritos.
Me too. They're a little bit crushed from his
that's
travel
okay.
to Korea, but that's really very kind of
I'm
him
going
to
to eat
do.
Doritos on my break.
I've never had spicy sweet chili.
Well, you're
once.
going to try it now, Artosis.
I am. At
You
least
ready?
A little bit.
Here, cheers me. I'm sure that picks up in the microphone. So, we're going to go on to the next game now. It should be pretty epic. I don't know if Noblesse is going to be Czech. I feel like this is like a 50-50 match. You know what I mean?
This could definitely go either way. This map makes for some very interesting games. Base trade scenarios are not uncommon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know, man. We'll
of this-
see what type of strategy Czech chooses, because
Yeah.
he is a Rochi type of guy.
He is. I think in this case, he probably wants to go a little bit more Ling heavy, try to counterattack as much as possible. But we'll see. I mean, there are sometimes many different ways to win a game. Czech does tend to be a little bit Roach dependent, as Artosis said, but you never know what to expect. All right, we're here going on to game number 2. Right now, Prime up 1 game. MVP needs Noblesse to win this. Let's find out what happens here at the GSTL.